let me ask you to tell a story. Okay, hang on. That you told off the air, because regardless of what you do professionally going forward, you and Casey have a lot in common, and that is that you're just who you are. Your personalities touch people, and you have this ability to be in the moment with people. I've watched Casey do it for a long time. I've only seen you from afar on TV, but you guys have that connection with people. Will you tell the story of going for the first time to speak after you got into recovery at my alma mater, Morgan High School, not too long ago? Will you just tell the story? Because I want you to tell it again for you to hear it, and I want the people to hear it, because this is how we overcome mental health problems in our communities. This is how we overcome suicide in our communities.
So my cousin, Sione Havili, he has a documentary that's been filmed about his life. He was a Mormon missionary in New York City, got extradited back to Utah for a firebombing incident. And so his story is about redemption, overcoming, going from being a 5-star recruit to being a felon, and now a executive at Domo. So he has an amazing story. So he gets invited to Morgan High School. He's going to go talk to the kids about overcoming, and diversity, and that you're good enough. So he calls me and asks me for some tips and pointers on public speaking, and I ask him what's it for. He tells me the whole thing, and he gets to the part about mental health. He says, man, I could really use some help on that. I'm not really familiar in that space. And this is fresh. I had just finished a therapy session, and my therapist said, don't hold your story. You got to share it. That's the only way you're going to start healing. And he called me right after. So I saw it as an opportunity. I said, I'll come and take care of it. I'll come and talk. My therapist, I should do it. So he calls the school, asks for permission. They said, sure, that's great. So we show up. It's about 800 to 1,000 kids. They stopped the school. They filled the auditorium. And so they got to, when they got to my portion, I just talked about how social media, news, I work in the news, and I know sometimes we force you and show you that this is how you should look, this is how you should act, this is how you should say, this, be yourself. Everybody's unique, and everybody has their own unique light. So I did the whole $20 thing, $20, you can run it through the mud, you can find it in the garbage, has egg, has crap on it, but the worth is still $20, right? And I got, oh, wow, that's really cool. So then I had this idea that everybody's unique. Everybody has their own light. Some are brighter than others, but it's a light nonetheless. So I said, hey, can we turn off all the lights? So they turned off all the lights in the gym. And, like kids, ooh, everybody, right? Okay, wait, just let it settle. Think about this. Everyone has a light inside of them. Just like the phone. Everybody has a phone. Some of us have the new iPhone. Some of us have the old iPhone. Some of us have cracked screens. Some of you have an Android. I don't know that. It's dark. But you all have a light. Turn on your lights. Everybody threw up their lights. It looked like stars. And it lit up. And the reaction that we got from the kids was priceless. And I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody has this light. I can't tell who has a new phone. I can't tell who has an old phone. I don't know whose screen is cracked. All I see is the beautiful light emanating from inside. That's all I see. Thank you for that. That's done more for me than it's done for you, but I hope you learned something from this. And that was my message to the kids.
And you said the kids were emotional and some were crying.
They were crying, yeah.
Because that's the message kids need. It's also the message adults need.
Yeah, so it didn't matter what phone you had, right?
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Not for me. I don't know whether we believe in spirits or whatever, but that was not me. That didn't come from me.
But you're a conduit for it. And so I hope that after our show today, you'll remember that whatever you do professionally, you have a special gift to reach out and touch. Because I know that made a difference for some people in that audience that day, because it's such a powerful visual message. And there are so many teenagers right now, they need that message. So I hope those sorts of experiences will be in your future for a long time.
Thank you.
Budha, you have a beautiful light, and you've shared it with the state of Utah for so many years. I want you to take time and make sure that you keep that light shining, because that's what's important. We say in recovery all the time, you can't fill somebody else's cup up if your cup's empty. Fill your cup up, buddy. Fill your cup up.
Self-care.
You got to get some self-care. And it sounds like you're on the right track. And I am so blessed and thankful that you stopped by to share your story with us today. I mean, it really is going to help.
Y'all help me more than you do. I'm here because you're my brother, but you guys have helped me. Thank you so much for today.
I'm going to walk out of here feeling uplifted today. And that's one of the reasons I love this show. It's one of the reasons I love hanging out with this guy right here. And now I love hanging out with you. That connection, we talk about on the show all the time, that the opposite of addiction
is connection.
Is connection, right? It's not abstinence, it's connection. But that goes for mental health too. That goes for quality of life. You don't have a quality of life if you feel isolated and alone. You have depression, you have worries, you have insecurities. But connection can start the path of recovery in all those areas. So thank you so much for connecting with me and with everybody who's listening today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.